5-4. Phew. Jesus Christ. Ugh. I'm glad. Yeah, I'm so glad that the game actually committed to getting rid of Mikoto, of not keeping her here, right? This was such an important moment for Lunina's growth that it would have completely diminished. It would have been completely diminished if they decided to keep Mikoto as a side character here, right? So I'm really glad that they did that. As sad as it is to see her go. I was a little restless last night after all that happened, but I was feeling back to normal this morning. Mikoto was satisfied as she left this world for good, which meant those that she left behind could find peace too. The memories would obviously remain though. In the end, the experience taught me that I needed to treat my life and feelings with the utmost importance. And hey, I have no school today. I pulled my still groggy body out of bed. Couldn't just waste my time laying around. Okay, listen. Last time we had this option, remember, I complained about this fucking thing of whenever you pick a girl, whenever he picked Lunina, I picked Lunina specifically, I don't know about the other girls. Whenever he picked Lunina, it was always coincidentally finding her, right? The way he set that up, surely this time he'll be proactive about it and actually be like, goes to her house and be like, hey, Lunina, wanna hang out or something? Right? Huh? Is she out or something? I knocked with the right rhythm, I think, but she didn't answer. I peeked in to be sure, but her tiny room was empty. Too bad. Only a day had passed since the whole Mikoto episode, so I wanted to come check on her. Okay, well, it hasn't only been a day. Okay, it's been 2 days. Okay, Yuta, I separate these videos. You know, I alternate between series. Get it right, unless I'm posting this on Monday, in which case, well, you know, may have been a few days if I'm posting it on the Monday or Tuesday. I never thought I would see Lunina cry. She's so cool all the time, so it was really unexpected. I was quite worried due to that. I decided I'd just go out for a bite to eat. I was thinking about inviting Lunina if she was around. I stopped in my tracks and looked up. Lunina was flying in the sky. I spun around to make sure no one was around and waved to her with flailing arms. Hey! I couldn't tell if she heard me. She was pretty far away. Look, at least the effort was there, okay? At least this time he actively tried to get Lunina to hang out with him, instead of coincidentally stumbling across her. But she must have, because she soared in a big circle and descended to my level. I just hope no one saw her.
Yuta!
Hey, Lunina, you know you can't fly out here. So she didn't forget then. Was there some emergency? Okay. Her face told me she had something on her mind. She didn't exactly have a variety of expressions, but I felt like I was able to read her more or less. So you weren't flying to cheer yourself up then? You were crying yesterday. You know, so I came to check up on you.
みことのことならもう大丈夫です。
Okay, that's good, at least.
みことは安心して昇天していったです。それは私にもわかる。
Yeah, true. I could tell she was free of her regret. In just one night, Luna seemed to have come to terms with it in her own way. So I was even more curious about what she had on her mind today. So why were you flying then?
ユータは覚えているですか？
Huh? Remember what?
私の杖の後ろに乗って空を飛んだことを。
I didn't catch on to what she was referring to. Oh, did it happen in your world? When we first met? When we first met? Well, I can't remember anything that happened in the other worlds yet.
私はもちろん覚えているです。ただ、その時の気持ちがわからない。
She said something similar yesterday.
記憶はあるです。覚えてはいるです。今までの私はそれでいいのだと思っていました。
I still didn't catch on, so I just stood waiting for her to continue.
でも、それだけでは足らないということが昨日分かったです。
Luna looked somewhat troubled. Insufficient?
昨日抱いたような生々しい感情。記憶はあっても、それは私には初めてでした。
Luna called that a discrepancy yesterday. I guess it meant she didn't understand the difference.
それで私にも分かったのです。好きという記憶だけでは足りないのだと。
I suddenly remember her saying that as well. Oh, right. Mikoto looked just as confused when she heard it.
好きという記憶があるです。
It didn't make sense to me then. And the same applies then. I realized the oddity of the expression, and I'm sure I looked just as confused. The memory of liking, Luna.
あの時私たちは一緒に空を飛んだです。あの時ユータは怖がっていたので、今は私一人で飛んでみました。そうすれば記憶にある通りの感情が蘇るかと思ったのですが。
Judging by her face, it was not in fact rekindled. So if we try for real, it will probably be rekindled.
ちゃんと？
Oh, right on back. We were flying together back then, so flying alone won't help.
まあそうですが。
A few people passed by while we were, while we had been talking in the middle of the road. Fortunately, no one saw her airborne, but that luck wouldn't last forever. How about tonight? Cool. I'll head over to your place around 10. I think a little later is best.
分かったです。
So are you free now? If you are, wanna go out, go eat with me?
暇ではないです。ちょっとマテリアルを探したいので。
Oh, okay.
では失礼するです。さようなら。
Oh, okay. See you later. Luna disappeared from sight, and I walked slowly to the shopping district. The memory of liking me, huh? I had a bad feeling for some reason. Well, yeah. Look, you forgot how bad it was when you flew with her, but we, as the readers, know exactly how bad it was.
いらっしゃいです。
I raised my hand to knock, but the door opened before I could. Evening, you're sharp as always.
待っていたですから。
It was a happy surprise hearing a cute girl like her tell me that. But Luna just looked at me with her usual poker face. Either way, it wasn't like this was a date or anything. This should be fine at this hour.
黒い服ならたまたま見上げる人がいても気がつかないと思うです。
Well, no, that's not necessarily true. Black clothing, right, is a lot more reflective than a darker blue clothing, right? Yeah, I wore black for that exact reason.
では早速。
Especially if the moon is like full, right? The full ass moon, it's gonna reflect a lot more than a like darker blue clothing. Luna skillfully twirled her staff and placed it horizontally in the air in front of me.
先に乗ってください。
First I was on. Memories of pretending to fly on brooms when I was a kid resurged. Luna came over and didn't straddle it, but sat both her feet off on one side. You know, like the first time we saw her on the broom.
では。
Hang on. I blurted it out. What should I do?
何がです？
Well, you know, like balance or something, so I don't fall.
魔女の杖に体が触れている限りは安全安心です。
Right, magic and stuff. Okay, then.
だからなんなら後ろで懸垂していてもいいです。
Speaking from experience, I'd rather not.
では早速。
Whoa. Wait a sec. Let's get off once. You may say it's safe, but I can't exactly feel relaxed in the air.
心境？
Well, it's scary to be honest.
ユータはあの時も怖がっていたです。
She mentioned that earlier too.
ユータは忘れているですが、あの時極限なようなことをしたです。
Tricks? While I was on the back? Oh, really? The usually calm, cool Luna doing tricks? I was a little surprised.
でも何も危ないことはないです。
I'm not doubting you here, but I can't deny it's scary.
そういう気持ち、感情です。
Yep, you got it.
そういうことなら今夜は極限はなしにするです。
Please.
代わりに行動最速を目指すです。
Not that either.
冗談です。では。
Wait, hang on. I have something to say first. I had stopped her multiple times, but Luna followed without a hint of annoyance. Well, it's a little bold to request this, but... I don't mean anything weird when I ask this, but... Can I put my arms around you? It was stupid of me to make such a big deal out of it.
あの時もそうしたですから。
So you even remember that, huh?
覚えているです。
Of course she does. She made a pact with you. What makes you think she wouldn't remember every minute detail of your first encounter with her? Luna had the memory, yeah, but but I don't understand the feeling I had then.
ゆうと、どうぞです。
Yeah, okay, I'll just... I slowly put my arms around her waist. I was only holding her tight because I was scared, but I started to get a little excited. It was an awkward position too. Usually when two people rode on something, they faced forward, but Luna was sideways. So our faces were so close.
ゆうとの体、あったかいなり。
What? You don't have to say it like that. What do you mean? What? Deliciously? What do you...
照れ隠しです。
You get shy too?
この気持ちは、多分そうです。
Deliciously shy. I mean... Oh. God damn it. That was the same Luna who didn't even blush when I saw her in her underwear. Maybe her emotions really were developing lately.
ではいいです。
Okay.
どうぞ。
The staff popped off the ground like a leaf in the wind. I was getting increasingly scared as she picked up speed. If I wasn't holding onto her, I felt like I might shake right off. My heart was pounding, my head swimming, and my whole body moistening with sweat. But once I looked down at the view below, my fear diminished. Whoa! My fear turned to amazement. It's such a cool view. Even climbing that sky whatever tower in Tokyo. Really? That sky whatever tower in Tokyo. I doubt I could get a feeling of height like this. Right. I mean, we were flying through the air. Yikes. Thinking about it is reigniting my fear.
気に入ってくれたです。
Yeah, I really like this.
ならよかったです。ゆうたが喜んでくれるなら、私も満足です。
But still... Are you really not scared at all sitting like this? Sitting like that? It's freaking me out just looking at you sitting like that.
なんなら、杖の上で白鳥の湖を舞ったっていいです。
Please don't freak me out more. It was like taking a night drive in the sky. I got used to it eventually and figured I could probably let go of her and be fine. The reason I didn't, though, was because a part of me still wanted to touch her. Luna, did you remember? How you felt when we flew like this before? She paused for a second, then shook her head. Oh.
やっぱり、もっと再現度を高めた方がいいでしょうか。
I would recommend against that. Recreate?
曲芸飛行。
Wait, let's not. Luna agreed without hesitation. I wondered if it was her usual indifference, or if she just realized it would have been pointless. I wonder how I felt at the time. I was probably just shaking in my shoes. Or maybe... Well, I can't remember how I felt either. But I think it's pretty fun flying around at night with you. Normally I felt she would have just left it at a one-word answer, but she didn't.
私もです。
It was a two-word answer. Wow. I spoke after a bit. Hey, Luna, I'd like you tell me if it's okay. But I'd like you to tell me if it's okay. You said you had cried once before yesterday. What was the reason? You don't want to say? You don't want to say it?
あんまり楽しいことではないです。
But still, I feel like I want to know. Luna nodded gently.
楽しい話ではないので、以前にも忘れたなどと言って黙っていましたが。
Forgot?
記憶にある限り、私が初めて涙を流したのは、結界を張っていた時。
The barrier. Aha. Yeah, aha. So why'd you make the barrier anyway?
そう、わからないです。忘れたです。
Apparently, she had a barrier set up the first time I met her as in the witch world.
私は病気を患っていたです。
An illness? You were?
死病。
What do you mean, the plague? I frowned, but it didn't seem like Luna was joking this time. The plague? I had lowered my voice. I felt like saying it would bring disaster or something. Luna nodded as cool as ever.
死にたくないと思った記憶があるです。誰とも会いたくないと思った記憶があるです。それで私は人気のない砂丘に行って結界まで張ってぼーっと夜空を見上げていました。
Luna went to the roof at school when she wanted to be alone that one time. A different time and different place.
ぼーっとしているうち夜空が滲んできたです。冷たい水が目尻を伝え落ちていって自分が泣いていることに気がついたです。それが多分私が初めて流した涙。
And then I wandered up. Luna nodded. Anyway, I'm glad you're okay. Are you alright now? Well, good. I took a big breath of relief.
私はその時やけになっていた覚えがあるです。だから後ろに人を乗せて曲芸飛行なんかした。もっとも危険はないですが。
Despair? Huh? Knowing Luna now, it seemed like unusual behavior for her. Anyone would feel despair if they had the plague.
ユータは怖がったので途中で降ろしてそれから一人で続けていたです。そうしたらユータは怒り出しました。
Angry?
怒ったです。
Maybe because I thought it was dangerous. Maybe because I thought it was dangerous. I kind of just thought aloud, but it took Luna by surprise. Was it something else?
いえ、当たりです。大当たり。
I nodded. Knowing me, I probably didn't believe for a second that being on the staff was safe.
でも、初めて会ったばかりの人です。
Huh?
なのに、本気になってくれた。だから、私は好きになってしまった。という覚えがあるです。
And then you taught me your soul name. ああ。
何か?
I murmured to myself and shook my head. Luna had said teaching her soul name to another allows them to control her. If that was the case, was it really a big deal to teach me her soul name? I hope it wasn't just something she did in her despair. In that case, it's about emotion, but if you had an illness at the time, I think it's obvious that you wouldn't feel the same way now as you did then. Her nod was a little different from usual. It was stunted. And as I spoke too, I was finding it harder to act natural. But Luna had said this afternoon, the memory of liking. What about how she felt? I couldn't bring myself to ask her directly. Yeah, that's next hangout event, alright? It's too early for it now, okay? We whizzed around town and then returned to our place. Thanks.
ユウタと話していて、私はますます謎感を強くしたです。
Huh? What are you talking about? I did a double take at the sudden change in topic.
以前の私には確かに感情があった。ではなぜつい最近まで乏しくなってしまったのか。その空白は一体という謎です。
Ah. She was starting to realize it herself, it seemed. She had acknowledged that there was a difference yesterday. There was some kind of discrepancy between the present Luna and her past self. What was the reason?
やっぱり気になるので、私は明日、お父様お母様に聞きに行ってみるです。
So I decided to go ask mother and father tomorrow. You cannot use past and future tense in the same sentence. Okay.
では今日はこれで、さよならです。
Okay, no, you can. If you put have at the start. Yeah, so I have decided to go ask mother and father tomorrow. Just saying I decided, it doesn't... Bye-bye. Yes. I gathered my thoughts about everything recently while I descended the stairs. Mikoto's words pierced my heart a little. Clinging to thoughts and memories. That's what dead people do. What was blinding us was merely a pact. Binding us was merely a pact we had made long ago. But now we're alive. Right, alive. So it should definitely be possible to create a new bond with one another. Well, you'll be creating one when she tells you her soul name again. And I think that was what Mikoto was really trying to say. Right, Luna. I looked back over my shoulder and muttered the words in my heart. Five. Wow. The next day, I went up to Luna's house right after lunch. Oh, right, it's Golden Week. I kind of forgot about that part. I was like, why isn't he at school? Because it's Golden Week. I raised my hand to knock and stopped like yesterday. But today the door didn't open from inside. I guess that means she's not back. I tried the new rhythm, which seemed to be getting harder. But there was no answer. The rhythm is so hard that the writers couldn't even think up a hard rhythm. couldn't even think it up. I wonder when she's gonna be back. I was getting antsy, wanting to hear what she learned. Maybe we should have arranged a time to meet last night. Yeah, me when I can't speak. I return to her house every hour on the hour. She didn't have a phone after all. Going up and down all these stairs so much, it was pretty good exercise though. It had gotten dark. I think I'm getting good at this. Tantaton, tantu tonda. Hang on a minute. That's not a harder one. That was already used before. You can't fool me, you fucking writers. It may be slightly different, but that doesn't mean it's harder. There was a different rhythm written on the door. Use this rhythm. Rhythm. Sutoto tatatan. Tata 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 ta 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 ta. Fuck. My eyes were glazing the fuck over when I was reading that shit. Ta 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 ta. Okay, okay, this is ridiculous. Ta 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 Sudan. My arm's gonna fall off.
冗談です。
What?
こんばんはです。
Good evening.
もう普通のノックでもいいですが、でもこれの通りにしてくれてもいいです。
I said my arm's gonna fall off.
なんとか名人の16連射のように。
No, you half it. You half the amount of tas you do by using both hands. Okay, it's not that hard. I doubt I can even keep track. Okay, that part is true.
このタタタは先日見た戦争映画にインスパイアされたです。
Oh, the tar is just the fucking sound of gunshots. Well, I guess I can see that. I guess the Sudan is a body hitting the ground. Bro. Well, anyway. I was waiting for you to get back.
持っていたです。
Well, yeah. I'm eager to hear about it. Luna?
そういうものですか。
Luna was murmuring to herself.
最近は自分の気持ちがわかるようになってきた気がするですが、でも人の気持ちはまだまだ難しいです。
Lucy had said something similar recently. She still is, but she used to be so stoic. To put it bluntly, she was ignorant to others' feelings. I was pretty sure she could more or less tell how I felt though. But like Lucy said, it's not like she was a bad person. In fact, quite the opposite.
帰ってきたのはもっと早いですが、今まで出かけていたです。ごめんなさい。
You don't have to apologize. Where'd you go?
マテリアルを探していたです。
Oh, you got right on it after coming back from your home world. You're pretty dedicated.
立ち話もなんですから、中にどうぞ。
Yeah, so that we can sit and talk in the house instead. Sure. Thanks for inviting me. As usual, a certain peculiar scent lingered in the room.
お茶でも飲むです。
Yeah, thanks.
てけてってってってって。
Oh, busting out something special?
こ ここに取り出しましたパックのお茶っ葉。一見すると何の変哲もないですが。
But in fact, it's exactly that. It's just your average everyday tea. Yep.
本当に何の変哲もありません。
I fucking knew it. Okay. She held it. It landed in the corner of the room.
失敗。
Luna looked honestly embarrassed. She picked it up off the floor.
愛情込めてフーフーすればまだ飲めるです。
I don't care either way.
愛情さらにいっぱい。
Did she learn that from her mom? Seriously?
本当はこうしたかったです。
Luna hopped up on her stool and slowly lowered the pack into the cauldron. So, he's just gonna come out of there?
多分。
What? Sheesh, maybe.
カップを持ってくるです。
Luna left the room, so I carefully took a peek inside. It was so dark inside, and I couldn't make anything out. I thought it'd be like fucking black sludge that you just see inside. You just see the void, that's the problem. Luna used a ladle of sorts to scoop it out.
先に毒味。はい。うまいです。
Why would you need to taste for poison? Luna filled up another cup with tea and handed it to me. Thanks. I drank some, and it wasn't particularly bad or good. It was just tea. That cauldron, it's pretty versatile.
中も狭いので意外とリラックス空間です。
Don't go in, please.
冗談です。
I don't know if my mic could pick that up. Picked up on that. Wait, this wasn't the time to be quietly drinking tea. So, what did your parents say?
成果はなかったです。
What? Really? Really?
私は何度かお父様お母様が嘘をついているように思えたです。
Lying? It may not have been a smooth conversation.
二人が言うには自分たちにはそのような違いは認められないと。つまり私が昔から今のようでしたかと尋ねると当たり前じゃないかと笑うのです。どうも私には納得のいかない返答でした。
I tilted my head and pondered. Luna was a princess with no outside schooling. Her parents obviously knew her best. But she was claiming the opposite of Luna's inclination. They were claiming the opposite of Luna's inclination.
二人が私がこちらに来るのを許した理由は分かったです。
What's that?
人と触れ合うことで感情も豊かになるだろうからと。
Just that again. She had said that a few times before, so it wasn't enough to warrant surprise. But in that case, they should have just sent you to school earlier.
確かに両親のしていることはなんだかどっちつかずです。
Maybe because you had a pact with me too.
かもしれないですが。
Luna silently reflected for a bit, then finally took a deep breath. Finally took a breath.
まあいいです。メフィストフェレスの召喚にさえ成功すればわかること。
What?
メフィストフェレス。
No, I know the name. Mephistopheles?
確か前にも言ったと思うですが、私は悪魔を呼び出すことができるです。メフィストは悪魔界の大悪魔。
Yeah, one of the more powerful ones. In fact, the conversation was going off the rails in a different direction.
実は今日も漫然とマテリアルを探していたわけではないです。それはメフィストを召喚するため。
So what do you mean exactly?
大悪魔メフィストフェレスはアカシックレコードにアクセスができるというです。
What?
アカシックレコード。そこには宇宙開闢以来のすべてが記録されているというです。
Including the books that were lost during the fire of the Library of Alexandria. What did I say? Never mind.
つまりメフィストは全能ではないですが全知の存在と言えるです。
Omniscient.
そのすべてを知るメフィストに私は聞きたい。
What?
私のことを。謎を解消するにはもうそれしかないのではと私は思うに至りました。
So your idea was to summon one of the most powerful demons so you could figure out who you were as a person. Right. Luna had likely always been curious. It didn't seem possible for her to leave something be once she wanted to know. But is it safe?
多分。
This, that, maybe again. I realized it wasn't time to joke, but I put a serious air on and continued. I remember you talking about the demon world before, when we sneaked into school. But you said the danger would be increased 10,000 times then. 10,000 times then.
1万倍は冗談です。
Well, however many times, calling on a demon, that's no cakewalk. Although I had no clue about demons or their world. Either way, I highly doubted there would be nice guests to welcome.
大丈夫というのは何も口から出まかせのことではないです。
Mm-hmm.
一つには生体アクセラレータの問題があります。
A what? That's what I'm saying. Another crazy word thrown into the mix.
生体アクセラレータ。悪魔は確かに少々特殊で、普通は悪魔界から出ていくことができません。言ってもいいですが、そうすると生体アクセラレータがどんどん失われていくです。なくなるとその悪魔は消滅する。だから一種の生命力と捉えてもいいです。
So you mean when you summon them, they'll flee back home before they vanish?
そうです。
But still...
生体アクセラレータが失われていく量はその悪魔の持つ魔力と比例します。小物悪魔は比較的長時間こちらで行動することが可能です。ですが小物であれば私が実力で追い返すこともできるです。一方メフィストのような大悪魔は召喚に成功してもすぐに消えざるを得ないです。
Ah, okay. I was gonna say. I mean, it's a good way to prevent like world-ending disasters from happening if someone summons a fucking macro demon, but it's a safeguard, I guess, that someone came up with. God or whatever, you know. Yorihime's dad. I could tell that that was her logic for why it was safe, but I couldn't quite agree to it.
さらにもう一つ、不測の事態に備え、召喚の際には結界を張るです。だからきっと危険はないはずです。多分。
At least she was honest enough to add the maybe on the end for me. Still, I think you should avoid doing anything dangerous.
でも、そうなると私は
She placed her hand on her chest.
このなんだか変なつっかえ、苦しさがずっと取れないような気がするです。
Seeing her face contort into desperation was an almost unbelievable sight, considering her usually even demeanor. Although I remember seeing the same expression just before. Okay, fine. But on one condition. I'm helping. I'm worried leaving it all to you, you know. That's fine, right? I had no idea how I was capable of helping, but I was sure I could contribute, maybe. Now you're saying maybe. At any rate. The purpose didn't matter too much. I was just happy to hang out with Lunatics. So we need to go search for materials first. Lunatics nodded.
大悪魔メフィストの召喚となると必要なマテリアルも膨大になるです。でもそれだけではないです。マジックアイテム作りには魔力が必要。でも今の私に必要なだけの魔力を込められるかどうか。ではユータ、明日からマテリアル探しに付き合ってもらえるですか？
Yeah.
結構いろんなところを旅することになるですが。
Well, you've got the time for it, considering it's Golden Week. Journeying, like, back on the same day?
空をかっ飛ばせば平気です。
Well... Okay then. When school starts, we can go after class, right? Okay. Lumla walked me out.
ユータ。
It was rare to see her fumbling with her words. What?
私が今度のことにこだわるのは自分のことを知りたいからというだけではないんです。
What else?
ユータのこともあるからです。
Yeah, I thought so. You want him to have his memories back? For me?
私は本当にユータのことが好きなんですか？
Oh, that part, not the memory part. She was phrasing it really strangely, but it was the natural outcome if she didn't really know herself.
それが何より知りたいです。
You want to know, huh? I searched for the right words and continued. But Luna, is that something you can really know? No matter how important the pact is, It was only a chance for us to start. Mikoto said as much, remember? You have to value your feelings now.
今の気持ち
The pact aside, I'd be happy if you started to like me. That was an off-the-cuff statement. Even Luna's cheeks were blushing a deep red.
今心臓の鼓動が10は早まったです
Oh.
でもなんとなくわかったです
Luna's expression looked a lot more relieved than it had before.
昔の気持ちがわからないとしてもでも今の私にも心があり感情がある
You got it. We need to develop them. It's not about knowing, though. We're kind of in the same boat, considering I don't remember when we met. But even still, I feel like I fell for her then. And if she was thinking about me in the same way, then nothing could make me happier.
それはそれとしてもメフィストの召喚はしてもいいです
Yeah, I won't oppose it.
じゃあまた明日です
Bye bye. Five, 6, 7, 8. She didn't come at the appointed time, so I headed up to get her.
どうぞ
Hello, hello. Luna, it's time to... Why am I not surprised that she is getting dressed? Whoa.
もうそんな時間ですごめんなさいうっかりしていたです
What are you doing in just your underwear? I clumsily covered my face with my hand. But I could still see between the slits of my fingers. I couldn't stop nature. Luna was as unfazed as ever.
着ていく服を考えていたです
You have more than one pair of clothes? What clothes to wear? Just throw something on.
しもなんです
Just get dressed.
マテリアルを探すとなったら魔女の清掃が似つかわしいのですが
Oh, I thought she was talking about choosing between different casual clothing, not between the one pair of casual clothes she has and her default outfit.
ただ外でむやみにあの格好をするのもあまりよろしくないということでしたので
Yeah, but still, you don't need to just stand around in your underwear. My voice was jittery and with nervousness.
そうです
He answered so naturally. I wondered if all girls chose clothes like this. I mean, don't... Yeah? Yeah? You'll catch a cold.
5月に入って急にポカポカ暖かいです
Well, yeah.
さっきから何してるです
I was waiting for you to ask.
エイリアンに食いつかれた真似
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for you to ask. Not. Anyway, just put some dang clothes on.
あ
I was almost begging her to end my discomfort, but Luna, of course, was calm as ever, as always.
あ前に制服に着替えていた時と同じですね
Yeah, the same.
ユータがエイリアンに食いつかれた真似をしているものだから、ちょっとピンとこなかったです。
That's not what I'm doing, I promise. What?
その手をどかしてほしいです。
Really? Can I just look? Yuta. You've already seen her naked. So, like, what? Such a nice treat. To not enjoy it would be shameful. They are the same fucking option. God damn it, game. Fucking, what a troll. Okay. I had been getting the full view between my fingers, so not much changed. But something definitely changed about Lunatics' face.
やっぱり、ユータの顔が見えると、心拍数が上がって、全身が発汗するのがわかるです。ユータ、悪いですけど、ちょっと外で待っていてください。
No, she's finally getting embarrassed. Yeah. I hurried to get out. Phew. My heart was still thumping.
お待たせです。
Sure. So you went with those clothes after all?
一応。
Did it have to take that long then? Sorry about back there.
いえ、ノックに応答したのは私ですから。
Yeah. It's not like it's not like that was the first time you've done that. That's right, she did.
それに、ユータの舐めるような視線は、ちょっとした暖房代わりになるです。
She wants to say it was making her hot, right? Well, it's warm, like you said. Was I really looking like that? No, were you? You literally couldn't keep your eyes off her. Well, I probably was, so I had no excuse there. Luna whipped out her staff from somewhere. Where does she even keep it?
後ろにどうぞ。
Sure. So, where are we going?
いろいろです。何しろメフィスト召喚のマジックアイテムに必要なマテリアルはざっと100。
You what? That many?
ただ、そのうちの一つは身近にあって、いつでも入手が可能と思われるので、残り99です。
That's not much of a difference, but which one is it? Her hair? DNA? Or something like that, I don't know. Luna quickly looked away. What are you looking at?
いえ、別に。
Whatever. Okay, if it was her hair, she would have been able to say it. Considering that she hasn't said it, means that it's definitely something embarrassing to say aloud. We rode in tandem on the staff like last night.
私の体を掴んでいいですが。
I think I'm used to it now. That's not why she's asking. Honestly, holding on to her would have made me feel more safe, I felt. But I thought it wasn't a good excuse to hold on to her. We haven't really confessed to one another either. Okay, and... Oh, this is awesome. The night sky was beautiful, but it was a different kind of exhilaration being up in the blue shining sky. So, what are we getting first?
ボタ山に生えた名もなき雑草。
pile tip? What's that?
炭鉱に行けばあるそうです。
A quarry. Where the heck is a quarry around here?
お隣の国に行けば大量にありそうです。
Hey, they'll get arrested with no visas.
こんな時に便利なのがインターネットです。調べられないです？
Yeah, hang on a sec. I took out my smartphone. What? Kushiro? In Hokkaido?
すぐ。
You make it sound easy. Well, hey.
では早速。
What? I ended up throwing my arms around her anyway. Oh, hang on. Yeah, throwing my arms around her. Brr. It was way colder than my area.
私も寒いです。ゆうと、私を舐めるように見つめてほしいなり。
She still doesn't know how her body increased temperature when he looked at her. I'm not your portable heater. I mean, you could be.
脱いだ方がいいです。
That would help. I mean, you'll be colder. We somehow infiltrated the quarry and secured a nameless weed sprouting on a pile tip.
マテリアル探しの時にとても便利なのがこの携帯用魔女の壺。
As she spoke, she pulled out a small pot with about a 20 centimeter radius.
てけてってってってって。
That was the one for tea, right?
いえ、入れるだけです。どう？
With a toss, the material almost gravitated into the pot.
この壺、見た目は小ぶりですが、入れようと思えばいくらでも入れられるです。
Right. At least this time she didn't miss. We needed tons of materials, so that certainly was convenient.
北の大地に来たのはちょうどよかったです。どさんこのたてがみも必要です。
Excuse me? A pony? I just hope we don't get kicked. Well, just don't stand behind them, okay? It's not that hard.
そっとやるです。
Busy with materials, we had no time for sightseeing sightseeing up in Hokkaido. That was tasty. That sashimi bowl at lunch. It was a little pricey though. It was so good, full of fresh squid, urchin, salmon, and tuna. If we couldn't do any tourist stuff, we wanted to at least eat some local food. Luna, do you usually not eat much? Luna had a smaller sized bowl. It didn't look like enough to me at least.
いつもあのくらいです。
I see. Yeah, but unlike Lucy, I don't think Luna's starving herself. It was probably related to her petite frame. I think she just eats less because she doesn't have enough room in her. Doesn't have as much room in her stomach. Although it wasn't like she was sickly thin or anything. I could feel by touching her. I was holding onto her for dear life during our ultra high altitude, ultra high speed staff ride.
あんな風にお金を出せば手に入るのなら楽なのですが、でもそればかりではない。もっとも苦労があるから楽しいのかもしれないです。
Luna was clearly more concerned with materials than sightseeing and cuisine. We did a good job today.
お疲れ様です。ゆうた。
Where'd your sprite go?
この感じだとマテリアルを揃えるのに1ヶ月くらいはかかりそうです。それでもいいです？
Okay. I don't mind at all. Yeah, I don't mind at all. What, that's like 3 ingredients a day. That's a bit slower than I expected. It looked like she was unsure about taking up my time. That alone was proof that she was gradually maturing emotionally.
ではまた明日です。
Well, 3 to 4 materials a day, you know, that 3 a day over a span of 30 days was, you'll still have 9 materials, but yeah, bye.